Hello and welcome. This is Japan, and we are going over every SummerSlam match, and we are on another tag match. It is Roman Reigns, Jey Uso versus Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. Now, this match, out of all the matches, is you can definitely tell not what they were planning. I don't believe that nobody in the world could tell me that this is 100% what the match was. I could possibly have seen that it could have been a six-man tag match and adding Jimmy on one side and Seth on the other side, but I believe it was Seth and Roman. I can't imagine that if Seth wasn't healthy right now, it wouldn't be Seth and Roman. Obviously, also, it could have been LA Knight on their team, but it all got thrown away because of the Seth Rollins injury, and that's what makes this match just kind of feel disjointed because I don't think Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker really can afford losing here because obviously with no leader, like it just makes this group feel kind of pointless. It's just two henchmen, and I know they like Braun Breaker's like I'm stepping up for it. It's not gonna work like that. Especially if it's only them two. They really need to get a third guy in there, either as a leader or a subordinate. But there's got to be something in there because it works like really if you're not just a tag team and you're a faction, you gotta have three people in there. And honestly, if they were really spitballing, get Becky Lynch. That is honestly the best case scenario is to get a heel Becky Lynch to take over here, and it would work out, I think, pretty good because at least would give them a possibility that Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed should go after the tag team titles or just do stuff like that, but then would give them the chance that they could still be dastardly and go after people that Becky Lynch needs them to go after. And there could be a lot of different factions that could, open up them. There's chances. Even just like the Creeds right off the bat, the American Made would be perfect because it would fit in a good mixed tag match, which they just had one with AJ Styles, Kabuki Warriors versus Judgment Day. Judgment Day is another one that could work like that. There's so many out there that like this could set up a whole thing. I digress because that's a completely different side tangent, but we all know Roman Reigns and Jey Uso is winning. I mean, obviously Roman is the pillar of the company right now. He barely wrestles, so like when he's out there, he's probably gonna collect a win. That I mean, he lost the triple threat at WrestleMania, but I can't imagine that he loses another match on this calendar year. I mean, it would have to be like a divine something strikes him down. There's a lot of talk, so yeah, everybody said that this WrestleMania or SummerSlam has one big heel turn, like completely out of the blue. I do kind of feel like it could be Jey Uso. I feel like he's still extremely over as a babyface, so it might not be worth pulling that trigger. But they did get under his skin, being like, Jay has always been in Roman's shadow and all this other stuff. I could definitely see Jay, attacking Roman and joining Bronson and Reed, and Breaker and Reed. That would be another way to really change up some stuff, and maybe it works out. I just don't really know what you do with Jey Uso after this, so something like that could actually save Jay and make this match a little bit better because then also that could mean that they actually win the match with Jay turning on Roman and it being a little shocking, I could be behind that. Like, there's a lot that can come from this match. It seems like a throwaway match, and there's a very good possibility that it is, but there's also a good shot that this could be like a groundbreaking match because the problem with Jey Uso if he switches and goes into that other with Bronson and Braun Breaker, then all of a sudden when Seth Rollins comes back, it has a power dynamic that then even makes Jay a bigger star and has an ability to be doing stuff. It's kind of just a crazy idea that could possibly work in the long term. And if all of a sudden Seth Rollins couldn't make it back and he had to like get rid of the briefcase, Jey Uso would be a perfect person to hand it over to do something with. So I don't know. I think that's just wishful thinking on the writing for them to do this switch. I don't know how likely it is. I just really don't want it to be a plain boring match, and that's what they're playing it as right now. That it's just Roman Reigns and Jey Uso are gonna win this match, be the babyface slash whatever they are. Because I mean, I say Jay is. I don't know about Roman. He's kind of in the middle. They try to say that he's a babyface, but I can't imagine him as a babyface anymore. And his tribal chief, no matter what, is not really ever a babyface. So yeah, I'm excited. Tell me what you guys think. Do you think Jay's going to turn on Roman? Do you think that there's actually some shenanigans, or do you think this is just going to be a plain tag match that, ends up being okay, but nothing too crazy? Just a matter of spears and super kicks and stuff. You never know. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.